Top stories tonight. 2022 Democracy Day celebration. President Buhari to broadcast to the nation tomorrow. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo empowers Nigerian youths with 85 tricycles. Ogun State government sets up Judicial Commission of Inquiry on land matters. Good evening and thank you for joining us on NTA Abeokuta Channel 12 News. My name is Ayala Balogun. Now the news in detail. The Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, has approved the constitution of a Judicial Commission of Inquiry to review land allocation, documentation and various suspected illegal land dealings in Ogun State in recent times. According to the Ogun State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Oluwashino Ogungbade San, the commission is set up in line with the administration's commitment to transparency in government processes and drive to ease of doing business. The Judicial Commission, the statement said, will be chaired by Honorable Justice S.A. Olugbemi, retired, supported by Adetunji Onobowo, Esquire, a legal practitioner, and CP Edward Awolowo Ajogun, retired, the immediate past Commissioner of Police in Ogun State. Other members are Odesonya Shakiru Tunde of the Nigerian Institute of Surveyor and Mr. Toyin Aluko, an estate valuer. The Commission's terms of reference would include a mandate to identify and unravel all illegal land transactions that have taken place between 2019 to date, to identify all perpetrators and accomplices involved in such illegal dealings, to receive and investigate general complaints from the public around land acquisition and documentation in Ogun State, and to make recommendations to curb bottlenecks, delays and corruption in land acquisition and documentation in Ogun State. Ogun State government says all is set to celebrate the 2022 Democracy Day tomorrow to commemorate the restoration of democratic rule in Nigeria. In a statement by the Secretary to Ogun State Government, Tokunbo Talabi, the celebration, scheduled to hold at MKO Abiola International Stadium, Kuto Abeokuta, beginning from 10 in the morning, will feature a parade of members of pro-democracy group, civil rights organizations, labor and trade unions, non-governmental organizations, students, among others. Governor Dapo Abiodun will then deliver the commemorative address, while the representatives of other organizations will take the goodwill message. All invited guests and other stakeholders are expected to be seated by 9:30 prompt in the morning. Meanwhile, Mr. Talabi added that a special memorial posthumous prayer will be offered at the family house of the acclaimed winner of the annual June 12, 1993 elections, late MKO Abiola, at his Bagora family house. Meanwhile, for Nigeria to enjoy the dividend of democracy as a pluralist country, it must reduce power allotted to the center while increasing power of constituent units for healthy competition to engender growth and development. This was the thrust of Second Democracy Day Anniversary Lecture organized by the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC Ogun State Chapter in commemoration of June 12 Democracy Day in Abeokuta. Yemi Jalemo reports.
During the lecture entitled The Nigerian Federation, Building Something on Nothing, Time for Constructive Engagement, the guest lecturer, Comrade Promise Adewusi, said June 12, 1993 remains watershed in the annals of Nigerian democracy for the unison to freely and transparently choose a president after the aggregate of 29 years of military dictatorship. He said the democracy being enjoyed today was watered by the death of icons of democracy, including late Chief MQ Abiola and wife Kudirat. 23 years after returning to democratic governance, the guest lecturer observed that there is the need for constructive engagement to change the narrative through determination to bring desired positive change to the country.
As a pluralistic country, it has to reduce the powers allotted to the center while increasing the powers of the constituent units. This way there shall be healthy competition in growth and development.
NLC Chairman in Ogun State, Comrade Emmanuel Bankole, and Vice Chancellor, Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, Professor Felix Salako, explained the need to keep the hope alive for the betterment of the country, noting that commemoration of June 12 Democracy Day will sustain people's zeal.
Organizing this lecture to bring attention of our people to the fact that it is not over until it is over, and for them to know that June 12 is a phenomenon and we need to ponder over it, particularly about a country called Nigeria.
The message today is that there is still hope. When Nigerians move away into advanced countries, like the recent recruitment of nurses in UK from Nigeria, you find out that our young people are still doing well. Nigerians are doing well in countries where they are given an enabling environment. We should know that there is still hope in this country.
The gathering believes that holistic re-engineering and construction of the framework of the Constitution for the citizen to determine how to live and be governed will go a long way to solve various challenges facing the country. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
Still on Democracy Day celebration, President Muhammadu Buhari will broadcast to the nation on Sunday, June 12, 2022 at 7 a.m. as part of activities to commemorate Nigeria's Democracy Day. A statement by a special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, television, radio stations and other electronic media outlets are enjoined to hook up to the network services of the Nigerian Television Authority and Radio Nigeria for the broadcast. In the meantime, Ondo State Government has cancelled this year's June 12 celebration. A statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Richard Olatunde, says this is consequent upon the terror attack on worshippers at St. Francis Catholic Church on Sunday 5th June 2022. The cancellation, according to the statement, is to enable the entire people of Ondo State mourn their loved ones who lost their lives in the attack. Recall that the Ondo State Governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, had directed that all flags on the state be flown at half-mast for 7 days in honor of the victims of the terror attack. Following reports of unprecedented surge in a number of citizens that wish to register as voters and the challenges they face across the country, INEC has released additional 209 machines deployed mainly to the 5 southeastern states, Lagos and Kano, where the pressure is most acute. The Commission promises to monitor the situation over the next few days. Thereafter, it will meet to review the progress of the exercise. Statement by INEC National Commissioner for Information, Festus Okoye, assures Nigerians that every step will be taken and all options will be explored to ensure that eligible voters are given the opportunity to register. Former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo has presented tricycles to 85 youths drawn from different states across the country as part of his Youth Empowerment Initiative. Lukman Adefesa reports that the gesture is part of activities marking the 85th anniversary of the former Nigerian leader. His report is presented in this package.
Basking in the euphoria of his 85th birthday anniversary, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo says the empowerment program organized by the Youth Development Center of his presidential library is aimed at putting smiles on the faces of the beneficiaries who are youths from different states of the Federation. While presenting the 85 tricycles to the beneficiaries, former President Obasanjo notes that while serving as the President of Nigeria, he was able to positively affect the lives of many young people who are now contributing greatly to the economic development of the nation and now giving back to the society. He advised the youths to uphold the principles of integrity, hard work, identifying opportunities, and make judicious use of such opportunities to better their lives.
You as youth, individually and collectively, you must make up your mind. You have contribution to make things what they should be. If you leave things to those who are messing it up for you and who are saying you are leaders of tomorrow, you will never have that tomorrow.
I refer to Baba again. He's a man of passion. Everybody knows his passion for Nigeria. Everybody knows his passion for Africa. What are you passionate about?
The beneficiaries appreciated the former president for the kind gesture, promising to make judicious use of the gifts for economic prosperity.
To help me grow my business to the next level, because I actually need it for the daily running of the business.
With this, using it as a commercial stuff, we'll be getting some kind of revenue for me that you can use to finance some other things.
The beneficiaries, with smiles and appreciation, have since returned to their various destinations.
President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawan, has urged the striking workers of the National Assembly to call off their industrial action and instead embrace dialogue for speedy resolution of the disputes. In a statement by the Special Advisor to the President of the Senate on Media and Publicity, Ola Awuni, Senator Lawan made the appeal at a closed-door meeting involving the workers and National Assembly management, which is summoned to find a way out of the lingering issues between the workers and the management of the National Assembly. After the two sides had narrated their positions on the disputes, the Senate President assured the workers that he would reach out to the relevant authorities that would facilitate the speedy resolutions of issues involved. The Nigerian Army Ordnance School, Lagos, will be conducting a physical demolition of unserviceable ammunition at the 35 Artillery Brigade range located at Alamala Barracks, Abeokuta, Ogun State. In a statement by the Assistant Army Public Relations, Mohammed Goni, the exercise, which will come up on daily basis between 13th and 17th June 2022, will involve explosive banks as well as movement of men and equipment into and from the range. The statement therefore enjoined the general public, especially those living in and around Alamala community, to stay away from the scene of the exercise and not to panic when they hear loud sound and vibration of explosives. ECOWAS Parliament is debating options for agricultural practices to ensure food security and sustainable environment. On NTA Fine-Face reports that this is informed by global threats to food security caused by climate change and the crisis in Ukraine.
Debate at plenary focused on the resilience of food systems, food and nutrition security, agricultural production and competitiveness, adaptation to climate change and agroecology, as well as environment, forests, biodiversity conservation, among others.
ECOWAS should improve access of farmers to fertilizers and then granting them subsidies with support from our development partners and emphasizing farmers, especially those who don't have the means.
Members of Parliament considered the need for member states to lift restrictions on the free movement of food within the community to allow for shared supply, considering current challenges posed by the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Members also debated the prospects of urgently mobilizing internal financial resources to assist people affected by food crisis within the framework of social protection net projects, including cash transfers, food for work, among others. In Abuja, NTA Fine-Face, NTA News.
Nigeria has enjoined other countries across the globe to advocate a renewed commitment from the ILO towards helping nations of least developed and developing countries for the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, by 2030. This was part of a request by Nigerian government, employers and workers representatives at the 110th International Labour Congress of ILO in Geneva, Switzerland. Emmanuel Anyimiro reports.
With growing inequality gaps further compounded by the impact of COVID-19, leading to slow recovery, particularly among countries regarded as least developed. Achieving SDGs by 2030 is at a great risk. This was part of Nigeria's observations while addressing the Parliament of Work in Geneva. Nigeria reminded the ILO that if the goal of not leaving anyone behind is ever to be realized, urgent efforts, supports, and contributions are required by all in a renewed commitment to multilateralism and international cooperation.
The volume of job losses and the established link between social justice and global peace should provoke honest debate at this conference. The wave of insecurity, terrorism, food scarcity, rising cost of energy, impact of COVID-19, amongst others, should challenge our common humanity and shared international relations.
Human-centered recovery, which we advocated at the conference last year, did not, and indeed could not, have foreseen any of this. But it is the harsh reality of the moment, and we must confront it.
From now, the nations struggling from economic losses across the world are expected to be looking forward to the ILO for technical assistance and other supports.
And now Joe Atikir will now bring us sports update.
Some matches in the Nigerian Professional Football League show that Katsina United to host bottom-of-the-table team MFM, while Kano Pillars are to entertain Wiki Tourists of Bauchi. Former Kwara United player Francis Onyebulam held the team hostage in Aba, refusing the players to move out of their hotel with their coaster bus, which made them not to train, claiming that the club is owing him 3 million naira. That unsettled the players and the handlers. As such, the match between them and Enyiba will not hold against today, Saturday. It will be played Sunday morning. Francis Onyebulam had also attacked Kwara United in Uyo after training when the Lorry-based team went to play Aqua United. Still on football, Kylian Mbappe rescued France, a point in Austria, as the world champions remain winless in the European Nations League. Mbappe came on as a second-half substitute, finished smartly after a lightning break from the visitors led to the equalizer in the 83rd minute. Bristol City striker Andres Wellman, aged 30, earlier scored his first international goal to threaten an upset. France have just 3 points from 3 Group A1 games. France still have a mountain to climb to reach next year's Nations League finals, having previously thrown away 2 leads in 5 days in a loss to Denmark and draw with Korea.
That completes Channel 12 News. I'm Ayala Balogo. Good evening.